And we're live.
Hey.
Yay. Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to a beautiful Wednesday on YouTube today here with pure visionary Terry Lee. Much love to you, Terry.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Aley. Coming
coming
right
on.
back at you. Thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, you're most welcome.
Yeah.
So I have had Terry on before. We've introduced her and her channel, which is Pure Visionary. She's a fabulous medium, psychic, tarot, whatever, all those wonderful
I'm
things
all over.
all over the place. Yeah. So I do have her information down in the information for the show. And so if you would please go over and sign up and like and subscribe, that would be awesome. And I'm just really excited to have you back. Thank you so much, Terry. Yeah.
Such a
Hi,
great
Jean.
pleasure to be with you.
Yeah.
Always fun. And it's a great feeling. It feels like,
It's a
nice.
good feeling.
It's a
Yeah.
reunion.
It's a reunion show.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
it.
Yep. So hello and thank you for those who are already here. Wildflower and Dean and Craig and Kiba, Sue and Jean.
Sun Psychic Jean.
Yeah, and Lauren Hunsinger. Thanks so much, everybody. Wildflower Wind. Thanks for coming on and seeing us today.
Yeah. And hi, Craig Dixon. I've got to see what he looks like on your show.
Yes,
Yes.
we had a great show. We did. We had a great show with it.
Yeah.
Hi, Gerald. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Jill. It's nice to see you all. Yay.
Hey, everybody.
Yes, we had a great show with him, and we're going to probably bring him back. And Deb H, we'll bring him back to finish part 2 of his interesting connection with Clara Bow when I have more time, going on vacation soon enough. And so going to be taking a little bit of time off. Hi, Tana.
You deserve time off.
Thank you. Why are you embarrassed, Craig? What are you embarrassed about?
Oh, are you blushing, Craig?
Oh, he's quite a handsome fellow, all dressed in his suit and looking good. Looking good.
It was really nice to see his face, and now when he comes on and comments, I can feel more of his personal.
We got a visual. Now. We do.
Yeah, that's great.
And some people had not met Angela either from Cartomancy, and she has been on a few times, but she's a wonderful, brilliant woman, and she's coming on again next week. Hi, Kate. Nice to see you. And Susan Rotella. Susan, you got goosebumps from the Clara story? That's cool. I'm glad. Yeah, that's fabulous.
Wonderful.
So Terry's enjoying her summer. She's got a beautiful background there. She's had tarot cards back there. I know. It's so gorgeous, though. It really is. Yeah. So she's been enjoying her summer, doing a little bit of camping here and there, and working with Jean and Terry Suzuki as well. They share their show on a channel, different channels, sometimes on Terry's, sometimes on Terry Suzuki's, sometimes on Jean's, right? It just depends. Yes. Yeah.
And it's every other Friday. In fact, this Friday we'll be together on Terry Suzuki's channel, Kikaru Spiritual Journeys.
Very good. So if you have questions that come up between now and then, make sure you step over there and see them. They're wonderful together. They're like the three, I won't say the Three Stooges or the Three Musketeers. They're a trifecta. That's what it is. They're a trifecta.
I call it the psychic triad.
Oh, there you go. That sounds much more classy.
I kept saying that. On our shows. And then the other day, I realized that a triad is actually a mafia, a Chinese mafia. I thought, oh, well.
No, we don't really want to be associated with that.
Triad. It also means three.
It does. It does. When I'm in a class, we'll have dyads and triads and quads, getting people together to talk. So
and we really get the psychic bounce from each other, and we love to read together. It's great.
There's nothing better than that. It's amazing when you're working with people that you feel really connected to. The things that come through are amazing. You'll pull the same cards, or you'll see the same things, and it's all wonderful. So
spirit flows.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Hello, Swampy. It's good to see you too. Thanks, everybody, for being here. So today I asked Terry what she might like to do, and she's got a very wonderful idea. So we're calling this Soul Sessions, and it is discussion of our souls and what it means to be human and living in or being a human being in a spiritual world, or the opposite, sorry, being a spiritual being in a human world. Yes.
A luminous, immortal being in a body.
An luminous, mortal being in a body that we shed eventually. That's because it's like an old car. You can get it tuned up as many times as you want, but eventually it ends up in the junkyard, unfortunately. Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm excited about it. I've just had a fever about it lately.
That's good. That's good.
A long time ago, I had read A Journey of Souls by Michael Newton, PhD, who is a regressionist who began to regress his patients back through time and began to discover their soul life and put it all together. Well, I read it first as a book, and I wasn't ready for it. It didn't jive with me.
That happens.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't have the illumination that I have now. And having worked with souls and working with souls, I'm pretty sure it was my guides, brought it back to me, only this time in an audio book.
Okay.
The whole book is made up of conversation. Yeah. It's made of conversation. So when you hear it, you're like, oh man, it's like eavesdropping on the most amazing conversation you've ever heard.
Sure.
Yeah. So I started to get into this. And then when I would do my readings, I began to make connections of, how souls present themselves and how souls practice to come through and speak to us, how they lower their vibration and we have to raise our vibration.
We have to raise our vibration. Yeah. To meet
them.
I
know, from reading, I would get just these wonderful curiosities. Like sometimes I'd get a soul come in and be like, hey, look what I can do. I made it. You're seeing me. You're hearing me. And in this book, they talk about how souls actually practice and work at it. And it's actually a skill. And certain things like that just absolutely fascinate me. And then, of course, also our connections, and also how we choose our lives and why.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that someone else has read it.
Hey,
there
Jill.
You go. Hey, Jill has read it. Awesome.
Oh, that's great. It does open your eyes up to spirituality. And I think the first time I read it, I was confused about, they talk about soul. He says levels. I like to call them progressions. But it disturbed me a little bit. I didn't like that. I thought, I don't think that's right. At that time, I wasn't, I didn't know. And I'll tell you what really cinched it for me, and you should have heard me squeal. I did a reading for Maura, and I don't see her. I think I told her about it once. And it was about her guides. And I clearly saw 3 guides. And there was one in the middle who was very tall. And in the reading, I go, and he's blue. And he was blue.
He's blue.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It was the first time I'd really seen a blue guide, right? So I just kind of filed that one away under curiosities. And I'm listening to this Journey of Souls audiobook, and I'm getting ready to go to the store or something, listening away. And all of a sudden he starts to talk about the density and the vibration of souls and how they vibrate. And they actually do have different colors. And some of the more advanced teaching souls will be blue.
Oh, not purple.
And he said blue, and I went, I saw him. It was blue.
Okay.
And it was just so thrilling. And all of a sudden I'm like, I've just been so happy and joyful to be on this journey as a psychic medium. And the wonderful thing about it is the exploration and the ability to help other people get a message. Not only that, but to experience that soul. You actually can feel their essence. They come in and blend with you. And the whole thing is just, I always say it's like exploring outer space. It really is. I'm constantly learning.
Wow. And you always will. And that's the cool part. If we can accept that,
Yes.
then, we know that as Socrates would say, all I know is that I don't know anything because I can know more. It's an endless cycle and we need to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to say the older I get, the more I know I don't know.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on reading something too soon.
Yeah.
That you're not quite prepared for. Sometimes it's disappointing because you're like, I don't get this, and it's not resonating with me. But the soul level isn't about ego. It's
Right.
just about vibration. So
Yes.
as far as soul levels go, when we say, oh, this person makes this much a year, that person makes that much a year,
Right.
that's not what we're talking about. We're just saying that this person is more immersed in their journey to
Yes.
higher consciousness than the other one, and that we all have that ability.
Yeah.
We all have the ability to get there.
Yes, we do. And it's a progression. It's a growth.
Right.
And when I started to understand that and know and get that message, everything the creator creates expands.
Right.
Everything, the universe, the planet.
Right.
We expand as souls as well. And
We
that's part of that expansion is these lives that we come and live and expand and learn. And that truly is our soul's joy.
It is our soul's joy. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting because I teach humanities, as you know, at the college level. A lot of people have made jokes about the humanities in that, I'm a humanities major. Would you like fries with that? In other words, saying that it's not that important to learn about them. And of course, I'm always telling them, in order for you to be able to relate to other people, you have to know enough about your own humanness in order to grow. Well, it's the same thing with spirituality. Absolutely. In order to relate spiritually, you have to know at least a little bit about it and be curious enough about it and keep growing with it.
Absolutely. That is totally true. It's essential, really.
It is.
To grow and actually to function on this planet. I mean, we have to, it has helped me so much to look at another human being and at someone who completely disagrees with me, someone who is maybe perhaps obnoxious or rude or whatever, but see right through that and see the soul, see a soul on a journey, on this planet. At this point in time, this is graduate school, kids.
Yes, it definitely is. But there still are souls that are working at that lower vibration, and they came here to do that. So for us to judge them, it's very difficult not to, but for us to judge them, they may not escalate. They may not be able to ascend or to come up into that higher purpose, because it really has to come from what we want, what we desire, and how we want to grow. And if you don't want to, or you don't know enough about it, then you're not available. It's not available to you.
That's right. It's namaste. That's what
Absolutely.
I try.
Absolutely. Yeah.
When I feel myself going, oh, namaste. Now, back in the old days, I'd have the news on TV and I'd mute and salute. I mean, I just let it rip.
Yeah.
Much happier now, much calmer now.
I know. Isn't it amazing that can happen? I know. I didn't think I would ever. I've always sort of been high strung, and I don't mind being peppy and energetic, but it's just so much calmer than it used to be, because there's nothing I can do about certain things.
Right.
So what am I going to do? I just got to go.
It's so true. And being a Libra, we love justice.
We do.
We want justice, right? But I'm understanding now that justice comes from our ability to have that vision to see the way it can be, so that it can actually evolve and manifest instead of always looking at the negative side.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I have to put this up because this is cute. Geek Hillbilly's name is Keith, and he lives in Kentucky, and he's actually out there in where all the flooding is. But his sister's name is Terry Lee. And, you know, it may not be spelled the same, but.
Not spelled the same, but that's wonderful. Tell her hi for me, will you?
Yes, absolutely. And Keith, I hope you're doing well. Yes,
yeah,
thank you. Yeah.
My
name is actually Alice Lee. It's just Alice Lee to Aley became my name. So
yeah. Well, my mother actually spelled it Terry. That was the way.
Oh, she did?
So
yeah.
I just reduced it. Too many letters.
You're just like me.
Yeah.
I put the Y. I like the I took your Y is what I did.
Oh, you did. Thank you for carrying that load for me, Aley.
Sure thing. But now you figured out what your why really is. Did you remember? I know reading that book, when we get an epiphany like that, the color or whatever it is, or we're hearing it or listening to it, those epiphanies are fabulous because they just come out of the blue and we're like, so that's why. So that's now I get it.
That's how
when did you feel like there was a shift for you? Is there a place or a time where there was a shift?
Wow. You mean into
psychic
mediumship shift?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Well, I started to recognize the nudges, right? As I was being nudged. And I'd always been fascinated with psychic mediums, always loved the way out stuff. Science fiction, anything that just stretched my imagination was always something I loved. And as I got these nudges one by one, and then ended up taking Susan Lynn and Medium Kim, thank you very much, you beautiful souls. Their class. And the odd thing was, when I signed up for it, I didn't really realize. I was just, this is exciting. And I signed up for it, and I didn't really realize it was mediumship. We kind of had that awakening, like, oh, you do realize that's mediumship, Terry. You're going to be talking to people on the other side. And it was like, terrifying.
I know.
It was
Can I do that? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And then the first classmate that I read and I got validation, and it came through. And, you know, it was like I went, or she went, and I went, and that was it. I was hooked. But the realization I got was, as I took those classes and they taught us the tools, I realized I'd been using those things my whole life, but did not really realize what I was doing.
What it was. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Like, you know, when my father passed, and we had a very rough relationship. And when he passed, I would drive up and down a country road and talk it out with him. And that's how we came to peace with each other. And I remembered that and went, oh yeah, that's right. I talked to him, and I actually did hear his response. I actually did feel his love. I actually did get it settled. We got it. Forgiveness came in like a flood. It was beautiful. And I realized, oh, okay. So I have been doing this now. Now is the time to hone it and perfect it. And that is just an absolute fiery passion in my heart right now.
Of course.
I love it.
And you've grown in leaps and bounds. I mean, I see that with Jean talks about it, the class that just created all these fabulous, talented people that came out of there. It was like you all agreed to meet there, and everybody,
And what I'd like to say too, to everyone in the chat, we're all a part of this spiritual phenomenon right here.
Oh, yes.
You are supporting and reaching out and supporting us and supporting each other. And it's all, I don't really know the specifics of why. Maybe it's because of the times we're in right now. This is what we're going to need. And all of us reached out. I think we were looking for it. I think we were. And we reached out and got it.
There was a hunger that was going. I mean, some of us started because we really didn't know what to do with the Orange Man, you know, and some of it was, there was a hunger in each of us that there's something more than what we can live and experience in the physical plane. There's got to be, because what's the purpose otherwise? You know?
Absolutely right. And that's the thing, when you begin to raise your vibration, your life becomes so much more vivid everything is more vivid. And when you get into that vivid state of being, it's amazing how you
It
can
is.
connect and things can flow and fall into place. And
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have to be that hard. It can
Yeah.
actually be effortless when we're grateful. Gratitude is your superpower. That's my
It is
saying.
your superpower.
It is.
Absolutely. There was a book that I read in the 90s, and it's called Flowing.
Oh.
And the person that wrote it is a psychologist who worked at the University of Chicago. And his name actually is Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. That's it's huge, long name.
That's awesome.
And I remember reading it and finding out that we can get into the flow just like athletes do, just like those who are working on something. And you're in it because things are effortlessness. There's no effort involved. You're just in that flow. It's like floating down a river on a raft, and you just allow it to go wherever it goes. And I remember thinking to myself, I am so glad that I have pulled in some of this information from not necessarily called spiritual, but it is the same thing. It's absolutely the same thing. And I remember thinking, if I can stay, I don't know if it's possible, but if I can stay in that state of flow, boy, what, everything just sort of just like dominoes goes boom, 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 boom.
It's
all
beautiful.
The way through.
It's beautiful. We have a place here that my family has enjoyed, and it's called the Lazy River, and it's in the mountains, and it's there's just a beautiful stream that goes in kind of a large loop, and it's right beside a lake, and it's very slow, and the feeling you get from that experience is, I can't even put words to it. It's amazing. You get an amazing peace. And I think the more we practice it, the easier it gets. Like, I'll give you an example. This morning I woke up and I was doing okay. I saw something that got me. I could feel it. I feel it. It didn't belong there. I'm not going to tell you what it was because, it's a little personal. But it was something that got me, and I thought, I don't want that. That is not who I want to be. I need help. And I looked up and I said, give me stuff. Give me something else. And bam, it came. One thing after another. And I got this. I actually found this thing from Esther Hicks, and that's pretty much what it was talking about, was how to grasp onto that and just change course. You just have to change course. It's as simple as that.
To shift it.
On the lazy river, and then taking that paddle and going, okay, I'm going this way. Right?
I'm going this way this time. Yeah.
And the rest of my day was just amazing. And now look at this. Well, doesn't get any better.
It doesn't get any better. I looked out the kitchen window today and there was a dragonfly there. And I thought, I've never seen dragonflies around my house ever. And I've seen one now in the front and now in the back. And I just feel very protected and loved. And I think, it's just taking the time to see that.
Yes.
That matters, because it's so beautiful. Yeah.
They are messengers of, I don't know, I want to say messengers of bliss, because I was paddleboarding on a recent vacation we were on, and I was out on the lake, and these blue dragonflies, pretty sure it was mating season. They were having a little party, but I had 5 of them come and land on my lake. And I was just like,
wow.
Well, this is cool. This is awesome. And they were they were so gracious and delicate and beautiful.
Yeah, anyway. And they are. This one I was able to, it was just sitting, and I was actually able to see the wings and the intricacy of the wings. Sometimes, you see them, but they're flying. This was just sitting, and I felt like it was such a gift.
Yes,
it was
absolutely.
such a gift to me. Yeah, it really was. And I acknowledged it for being a gift. And yes, Lisa, you're right. Dragonflies are very spiritual beings. Yeah.
And that is a gift, to see that interconnection on their wings. It's like a stained glass window. They're beautiful.
And you're right, Kate. It's not, I'll see it when I believe it. It's, no, I'm sorry. It's not, I'll believe it when I see it. It's, I'll see it. It's the opposite. I can't
is it like, because I believe it, I see it?
I see it. Yeah. Something like that. Wayne Dyer said that. Yeah. And it isn't like you have to prove it to me. It's just that I'm going to see it, and then I'll know I'm the one that sort of brought that in, because that was what I was expecting to see. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice and magical. And Wildflower, I just want to mention, I know you've been searching for spirituality since your husband passed, and yes, I think the community has been very good for you to be here. But there's usually something that we go through that brings us to a search. It brings our soul, because our soul has a longing for connection. It could be, it could be a bankruptcy. It could be an illness. It could be a death. It could be something like that. And I'm glad you turned here for that, because, even though we're not physically all close to you and can give you a physical hug, we're on your side, and that we support you in all that you do. So
that's beautiful, Wildflower Wind. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
My mom recently passed. She made it to her 102nd birthday. We had a wild party. She loved every minute of it. Took pictures with everyone. And then a couple weeks later, she passed away. But we went through that whole series of things. Now, my sister passed away many years ago. And I'll tell you, when she was in the hospital, she was on life support. And I was going in to be with my mother, sitting by her bedside. And I felt her spirit up in the corner in the hallway. I felt it. I saw it. It was like shimmering, kind of ethereal light, kind of just, there you are. Oh, and there you are. Yeah. Okay. She says, yeah, I'm not in there. And I'm like, I kind of knew it.
Yep.
That happened. And then when my mom passed, I felt it, that she was at one point not in her body anymore. And then I heard it. She said, I'm not in there. And I said, I know. We all love you. Everybody got to see her.
That is so fabulous.
It was
beautiful.
God. It was beautiful. But the soul leaves the body. And when the soul leaves the body, it's immediately immersed in the most beautiful love. It's the love that you know from home. So when your soul leaves the body, sometimes souls will stay around and kind of comfort people and give little messages and things like that. But when they're ready, it is my understanding, what I'm learning, is that then they rise and they go through the tunnel or a bright light, and they're greeted by their family members and their guides. And they're right there for them, and they take them right in. And then they go through a series of sessions, perhaps with different guides and reviews. And it's not like controlling religions would have us believe. The life review is a beautiful thing. And it's a wonderful thing that's assisted by guides who help us to understand how we manage to flow through this life. So it's an amazing thing. And then they have the ability then to go and be close to those people who they left behind. Give them comfort, give them a message, give them a sign, send them a dragonfly, send them a feather. They work at it because they want you to know they're okay. They're home. And then they go on to learn and grow and study and get ready for their next lifetime.
Right. If they decide to come back here or not. That's right. One of the things I think I love the most, and you have a dog, and I know you love animals, is the idea that every animal that you've ever had is going to be greeting you on the other side.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I know.
Yes, that's true.
Know. It is true.
And it's so easy to, I think, and I hate to say this, but I did just read this recently somewhere where people feel like it's easier to love an animal or a pet, easier to love them than another human. But their souls are so pure. Their love is so unconditional that it's very easy to feel their soul. That's why there are so many animal lovers, and
for no judgment. You can have bad breath, you can have gas, whatever. they still love you.
And we learn to love them despite their bad breath and their gas, right?
Absolutely. We do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, Jill, I agree with you that be careful what you do here, because the life review, and it's you making that judgment. It's not God or Saint Peter or whoever saying, okay, Terry, you did this, you did that, you did. No,
Yeah.
it's you going, oh my God. They say that you can feel the feelings other people
Yes,
have
that's
felt
it.
from something you've done. Yeah.
That's it. And there's no, I don't feel, and I haven't heard in any of these sessions that I've been listening to, anyone say they felt guilt.
Uh-huh.
I could have done it better. I might have
Mhm.
made that turn. That turn
Mhm.
might have been the way to go. But you're
Right.
right. They totally feel everything
They do.
that
The
they have
good and
done.
and the difficult. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And
Um,
that's part of the
I know.
journey. We
It
signed
is
up for
part of
it.
the journey. It is. Yep. Geek has had 3 of his dogs pass in your arms, all of old age. That's fabulous.
Oh,
I've held some dogs we've had to
me too.
unfortunately say goodbye to, and I will never leave my animals. Some people, they say they can't handle it. I can't not handle it. I have to go there. I'm their parent, I'm
Yeah.
their person.
Yeah.
So
In fact,
yeah.
my last blessed beagle that passed, I played a song for him on my phone, and it was a
Mhm.
song specially picked for him. It's
Uh-huh.
called "When I Go." It's an amazing song, and
Oh,
it was so beautiful that he just felt that love and preparation for him, and
yep.
always
Yep.
hard to let go, but
Oh, yes.
good to
Well,
send
and it's
off.
the same way with
Love.
people. But they said, I don't know if you have heard this before, but they say that women tend to stay for a holiday, a birthday, or an event and die after it. But men try, or they leave earlier. They don't want to come. They don't want to stay for that. That's what I've heard.
I
Whether it's
certainly
true.
witnessed that with my mom.
Yeah, I
She
bet
hung
you
on.
did.
She
Yeah.
hung
She
on to
had
that
that last
birthday
hurrah.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
she got to
she did.
see everybody. I think and
Yeah.
she was such a loving woman. I can just totally see
Oh,
that she hung on till she was ready
that's
to go.
great. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I
Well,
miss
my
her.
condolences to you, but
Well,
it
thank
sounds
you.
to me like your experience was so beautiful. And it's hard because we have to be the ones left behind.
Right.
But
And I
but
keep getting this feeling like I want to pick up the phone and call her, and then I realize,
oh,
oh, hello, I can just talk to you right now, and then I do. Or
there you go.
I can be in the middle of a prayer and be feeling some wonderful spirit coming in, and then I go,
Sure.
"Hi, mom. Hi." So,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
awesome.
they're with
That's
us.
awesome. Whenever I hear Glenn Miller Band playing Moonlight Serenade, that's mom and dad. They
Oh,
always play that.
yeah. How
And
beautiful.
so, I'll be somewhere and there it is. Yeah, Wiki, it is interesting. I don't know if it's true that it happens all the time that men die before the holiday, but my
Interesting.
father didn't stay he passed before Thanksgiving and before Halloween. Not that Halloween's a big deal, but and I've seen other people sort of hang on. Like my mother hung on for her birthday and then died 5 days later.
Wow.
So it was just interesting to see that.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Wow.
hot. It's hot. It's hot. I'm melting.
Are you? I'm sorry. Oh,
Ooh.
no AC, or you got a lot of lights
I've got a
there.
little fan down here at my feet. Yeah, I'm in the
Um,
mountains. We don't have
oh,
AC
that's right.
in our houses,
That's right.
but
Yeah. Mhm.
the
Yep.
temperatures are changing, to say the
Sure.
least. So, yeah,
Well,
I'll survive.
so I'm going to here we go. Swampy wanted humanity needs to be saved, and that was she posted that when you were talking about we're all here for a reason and
Yes.
why we come together and
Oh,
that sort
look at
of
that
thing.
precious one.
This is my caramel. She's a new
Caramel.
baby. She's
Oh.
10 years old almost, and it's like I've had her 10 years, but I've only had her 2 months.
Oh, you can
She's
see how
just one
much
of those dogs. Yeah, she's
see
just
how
one of
much
those
she
dogs.
loves you. You can see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
She doesn't
beautiful.
like me out of her sight. No.
Um,
All
yes,
right.
Swampy, I just want to say I often pray for humanity. I mean,
Yes. Yep.
meditate and pray for humanity and envision those
Huh?
beautiful things that are
Mhm.
there in mankind.
Yeah.
We do help each other. We do support each other. We do stand by each other. There's so much division, but I
Mhm.
feel like there is far more of that loving gathering of spirit that we have with each other. There's far more of
Right.
that. There's far
Far
more.
more.
Mr. Rogers used to say, look for the helpers, look for the people
Yeah,
who are helping. There are lots of those people, and we've
there
got
are.
examples of them. The firefighters. Oh my goodness, what they face. And the people going
Uh-huh.
through the
Oh,
flood.
I know. Yeah.
Out there helping. Even though they've lost everything, they're out there serving other people food. Ah,
Right.
it's
They're
beautiful.
amazing. And that's
Yeah,
what Keith in Kentucky is doing. He was volunteering prior to this, and now he's doing it
that's
when
beautiful. Keith.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to put it, we can do a couple of mini readings here for you if you'd like. We got Kiba who had a question, but is there anything you don't want to read on? No. By the way, I think you've missed your calling. You have a very radio voice. It's
Ah.
very calm and loving. You remind me of, you don't sound like Delilah, but if you've ever listened to Delilah, she has the same melodic voice that quality. It's very calming, Terry.
Thank you. I
Yes.
actually have been a singer in my lifetime. I performed professionally, but someone
Okay.
told me once, and I love this, that my voice is like the ladies on the Saturday Night Live skit. You know? Oh yeah, lovely.
It's velvet. Your voice is velvet. There you go. That's a good word for it. Yes, Lorraine says it too. You have a radio voice. Yep.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Thank
You
you.
really do. You really do.
Well, I
Yeah.
like this calling better. I
Well,
like
I
being
understand. Yeah.
being a psychic
So
medium
you're
better.
perfect for it. You are absolutely perfect for it.
Ah,
So, Kiba, all right, you want a vision card, I guess. Or if Terry reads just your energy, and it's up to her what she
yeah,
wants to
Kiva,
do.
yeah. Can you
Yeah.
comment and let me know? Comment and let me know what you're feeling like you would like. I would be more than happy to do a reading of your guides or a
Mhm.
mediumship reading, or I can do cards as well.
Yeah. Let us know. Let us know. I
Yeah.
think you're still here, Kiba. Yeah, I think so. So, yep,
Yeah, it looks like she's here.
she is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody says you ought to have a radio show or a podcast. There you go.
Well, I
So,
got a YouTube
yeah,
channel.
you do. Hi, Joan. It's nice to
Hi,
see you,
Joan.
dear. Yeah.
Hey.
Mm. I feel like, Kiba, that these cards, some of the cards, oh, here's one. I'm trying to pull up some of these that people have written.
Oh, dear Craig, I see your question. Don't ever second guess what you do. Just let the spirit flow. Let me just give you that advice, my brother, because
Yeah.
you were fantastic. I loved it. It was sincere and you were authentic. So there's the answer to
Yeah.
your question.
Yeah. And really, it was when I was thinking he was pouring all of this out, that this is something that he hasn't really been able to talk to about with too many people. He
Mhm.
has with his cousin when his cousin would come over and
Oh,
she would,
yeah.
but it's almost like being let free,
It is.
letting your spirit run free. So
Very
yep.
much so. Very much so.
And psychics are balanced. If they are not, they get their guides to help. Absolutely. He says if Claire is happy, he's happy. So
Awesome.
and
Okay,
there you go. There you
That's
go,
it.
Craig.
Stay happy. Okay,
So
well,
Kiba
she's got
says
issues.
anyone is fine. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yep.
I'll tune in. I'll tune into your
All right.
guides,
Okay.
and I'll let Aley go ahead
Yeah.
and do your magic.
There you go. So Kiba, I got the Grand Symphony. Every time I get this card, I feel so good because it's as though if you've ever listened to an orchestra when they're starting to get their instruments working together, they tune them up and then then they'd start the symphony. And it looks to me as though your life is a grand symphony. There are lots of things working for you that come out with a beautiful, beautiful message. And you are part of the divine matrix, which is fabulous. The divine matrix, the DNA. And you've also opened up to roots of abundance. And abundance can be more than just monetary. It can be spiritual. It can be friendships. It can be pretty much anything. So that's what I got for you today.
That's beautiful, Aley. And I'm tying right into that. I'm feeling and hearing harmony. Harmony.
There you go.
Have you ever heard, oh my goodness, I'm hearing it. I wish I could duplicate it. When you hear like a 4-part harmony held.
Oh, yeah, like a quartet. Quartet, yep.
Sustained, and it has a vibration to it. It has a power, and that's what I'm feeling. You have 2 female guides and a male standing here. Wow, that's nice. They're saying that vibrationally you're expanding. Your power is reaching out and helping others. Your power is expanding. And we're here with you in your joy. We're here with you in your joy. Don't underestimate your power.
Wow.
Don't underestimate your purpose, your passion. Revel in it. Revel in your passion. And know that we are with you. We planned it all. We spiritually, we're holding your higher self's hands. We are standing here with your higher self, growing into exciting things ahead of you. Don't be surprised. Expect it. Ooh, got chills.
She is actually trying to gear up to go on a very long trip. Cool. I think she wants to go to Greece and Egypt or something like that. But yeah, so
wonderful.
I think, yeah, I wish you well, Kiba. Take care, hun. Yeah.
Great things ahead. Great things
Great
ahead.
Great things ahead.
Yeah.
Ooh. There you go. Deb H., Purple Elephant, wonders if her Grandma Anna has any messages for her.
Hi, Deb H.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a name? That always helps me dial in sooner, but I'll dive right in. If you've got a name, go ahead and.
It's Anna.
Anna.
Her name is Anna. Yeah, Anna. That's all right.
Yeah. Okay. It's another Anna.
Mm-hmm.
That helps. Okay. Don't second guess it, Terry. I'm getting the feeling of like just a classic grandma. Just sweet, just glowing with love for you. I'm getting the feeling that, like I said, the classic, like she loved putting her love into her food that she prepared for others. She loved putting her love into her garden, into things that she created and sewed. She's so, okay. Anna. She's dancing. She loved music. She's showing me that she is drawing close to you and sharing in all of your beautiful, joyful things in your life right now. And she says you're radiant. You're radiating this beautiful joy. You're discovering deeper joys. Oh, and I love you. And I love
Oh,
you. And I'm with you. Oh, okay. Ooh.
that's wonderful.
Wow.
Deb had started her channel a couple of months ago, and she's doing so well. And
Oh,
she does a
great.
lot of storytelling. So
I
I
hope
think
you and I are
Grandma's
listening to
on
that.
your side here. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
her essence was just,
Oh,
it's funny when you get a soul and you're like, wow, that's classic, man. That's classic. And you have to just say it, but that's the way she felt. Just like a beautiful
yeah.
classic grandma.
Classic girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Geek. Is this your sister Terry Lee, the one that you just said, or does she have a different name, hun? Let us know.
She's weak. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, she is. Yeah.
Okay. She's weak. Mm. Hmm.
Is she there with you, Keith, over in Eastern Kentucky?
Yeah.
Hmm. It is Terry Lee. It is Terry, the one he said. Okay.
All right. I'll try. Sometimes, reading someone who's alive, it's
Yeah.
a little tricky
Yeah.
because you don't really have their personal permission.
Permission. Right. Right.
What I usually do and what I'd like to do is go ahead and do your cards and I'll do some cards. Cards
Okay.
to me are a little
Less invasive.
invasive.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to say.
Understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I pulled the Freedom card, Keith. That she's having a hard time moving on and letting go of something. I don't know what it is, but the cage is open and she can fly free. But I think a lot of us are so used to being in the cage that we don't recognize and we don't know what to do getting out of it. And I don't mean it in a, she's not caged into something, just metaphorically.
Right.
Oh, she lives next door. Okay.
Okay.
I think she has a longing. I think she has a longing and wants to move on, let's say. And if she lives next door and you're in that Kentucky flood area, I wouldn't blame her for feeling very weak at this point.
Could be the vibration of everything.
It could be the vibration of what's going on there. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm reading the Witchy Cauldron Learning Tarot. I love these. Love them.
Okay.
Love them. They have
Good.
they have the chakra sign on each card and also the astrological sign. So it's really helping me when I do my readings to dive in deep. We'll see if we get anything related to that right now. I'm going to do 3 cards. And the way I like to do it is I pull them all out and then I will share with you. Well, now this is interesting. She may be feeling weak, but these are very interesting cards. The first card I drew was the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Okay. Now, that's also on this card is the sacral chakra, which is personal power. Then the next card I drew was the 7 of Pentacles.
Okay.
That's interesting too. Things coming from your work. You're assessing. Perhaps you can be assessing your life, or you can be assessing your company, your job, your money, but also harvest and rewards come with this card. And then the final card, and this is what I might have to draw another one on this. We'll see. That's the 4 of Cups. So I'm going to look at all 3 of these together. Now, the 4 of Cups, it can be something that was offered to you that perhaps you refused. You might be feeling bad about that. You might think you might have taken a wrong turn, perhaps. Stagnation can also be the 4 of Cups. So, and also negative thoughts. So when I put these all together, I think my intuition is telling me what these cards are telling me is that her destiny is in her hands.
Mm-hmm.
Her destiny is in her hands. She's got roads to turn, choices to make, things that she can do that will benefit her, that she can harvest from. So perhaps if she's feeling weak, she might be feeling blocked and defeated, and that can drain you. I would encourage Terry Lee. I would encourage you to spend some time dreaming, daydream.
Yeah.
Think about what you want your life to be. Don't think about what's going on right now. Think about where you want to be and where you're going and what you came to this planet to experience. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we'll be sending up some prayers for her and best wishes to you.
And actually he says, I get so tired at times, but I can't give up. And then I did not know that you were a leg amputee as well, dear. So my first thought when I was listening to Terry was, of course, you work so hard, you volunteer, you help people out, you do all kinds of stuff. You got to take care of yourself too, Keith. You've got to. And your sister needs to more self-care. Nobody ever was on their deathbed and said, gee, I wish I worked more. Don't work yourself into that. You have earned your retirement. You've earned your place, and you're much appreciated. Much, much appreciated. I believe you also are a veteran. So, I mean, right there, I think so. I think that's what he said before. Our veterans are our biggest, most wonderful people on the planet. Honestly, they are. We appreciate you so much. But we want you to be okay. Okay. So she's.
I would like to. Right now. Oh, okay. I just want to pass this on to you both. This is what I close my show with every time, because it was such a moving message to me. I think I read it on your show once, Aley. It was a channeled message, but the message ended with, you are loved beyond measure. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to sacrifice your own well-being for anyone or anything. You're loved beyond measure, just the way you are. So please take that and give that to your sister, Terry Lee. Thanks.
There you go. Wow. And Barb says, the hummingbirds think you're sweet, Keith. Yes, he said at one point that they land on him, and so that's fabulous.
That is magical. Wow. That is
right.
Really magical. Okay.
I'm just writing something here for Craig.
Sure.
He said other people have asked him to come on his show. I said, okay, that's great, Craig. Remember me when you're famous.
You go, Craig.
Craig. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, that's great.
All right. Let's see. So we've got this one and one more, and we'll probably tie up our day here. But Silva Star, her name is Heather, and she wonders.
My daughter's name.
Oh, it is? That's beautiful. She wants a message, if you can, from the ancestors.
Ancestors.
She also has a channel.
Okay. Subscribe to you. Sounds fascinating.
Wiki, we will answer your question next, just so you know.
Oh, wow. Okay, see if I can describe this. This is where that wonderful understanding of souls is amazing. I'm saying a good sized group of beings. Beautiful, beautiful beings. So they're standing like one is in the front and then it goes back like a triangle, right? So, and there's one in the front. It's interesting because they're blending sort of human characteristics, and yet at the same time they're light. This is a male with crystal blue eyes. And all of them, though, are holding their hands like this, and there's a flame coming out. Now, this flame is blue. It's blue and yellow.
Mm.
And they're all standing there like this. Let's see. Make sure I get this right. Oh, the joy we have with you. Oh, the pride we have for you. Oh, how we are enjoying your journey and assisting you.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, so they're showing me expansion. It's sort of like, okay, give me a word. Spread your wings and fly. Spread your wings and glide.
Mm.
Effortlessly enjoy this beautiful life ahead of you. Know we are with you. Many, many lives. We have many, many lives. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Under our belts. Seriously. We have
Okay.
many, many lives under our belt.
Uh-huh.
And your understanding and your wisdom has grown immensely. Hold your head up high. And walk the path with great joy. Ooh. Ooh, man.
Wow.
Pretty neat.
And Lauren says that she's gifted with groove meditations and does one almost every Friday. They're all there with you then, Silver Star.
Wow, that's beautiful. I will definitely subscribe to your channel. I'm going to write it down.
Yes. How beautiful.
Cool.
That's great.
That was
Wow.
a beautiful thing to see. Wow.
Uh-huh. That's for
Those
sure.
flames. Wow.
Yeah. So I pulled the prosperity card. Follow the yellow brick road. Abundance and success is coming for you.
There it is.
And the wisdom of the Magi, which I love this card because it's mental clarity.
Wait a minute. Put that card back
You
up.
asked about your ancestors. They're all standing there watching you. Historical connections and purpose. Yes, absolutely.
Can you put the oracle one back up again?
The Magi? This one?
Okay. Could you hold it up a little higher? Look at what he's holding in his hands.
Yes, I know.
Light. Like they were holding the flame. He's got the
light. And the blue and the yellow. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Incredible. That's an affirmation, dear. There you go.
There it is.
Ooh,
it's so funny because Jean was doing a reading the other day and she was talking about foxglove that was in my front yard, and she says it looks like it's on a string, and then afterwards I told her that I have it in my front yard. and it wasn't for me. It wasn't a reading for me. It was for somebody else. Yeah. And she did that before with a deer. There was a deer that walked by my window the minute she said there was a deer. So it's almost like that. Like you can see the cards. You knew what was there. Yes, it was an amazing reading.
Awesome.
So Craig, I'm not sure if Terry's coming back, but she can. She can come back anytime she wants to.
You can't get rid of me, Craig.
No.
I'm like a bad rash, right?
So her grandmother's maiden name is Casper, which is Gasper. They changed it when they related to the three Magi. Wow.
Very, very cool.
Very cool. Yes, definitely.
Isn't this exciting, everyone?
It is exciting. It is. Yeah. Okay, so our last one for the day is, and thank you for your questions, everybody, and thank you, moderators.
Oh, yes.
And
thank you for your support.
Yes, absolutely. Nice to see you, Nancy and Lorraine.
Okay. All right. Clear with my guides, making myself clear. Okay, what I'm getting is, yeah. Guides can be sassy. I don't know about all of y'all
Yes.
out there, but my guides are sassy. But they're saying, yes, we hear you loud and clear. Um, I'm seeing 2 guides here. And okay. So they're saying that we hear you loud and clear, but your energy must be raised, for you to have the understanding to know what we're saying to you. This is sassy. We are guides, after all. That's what I heard. We are guides, after all. We hear you. Do you hear us?
Throwing it back at you.
Know that there is no greater love than that you could feel than what we have for you.
Uh-huh.
Love, understanding. And now I'm seeing I'm like with a lantern. And it's like, follow the light, follow the light. We hear you. We love you. We have direction for you.
Wow. And
I'm hearing, know in your heart, be still and follow that light. We're guides after all. Oh, wow. Sassy.
That is sassy. I love that.
I gotta say what I hear.
I know. I got your eternal spirit, and look at the light. Look at all these points of light that are around you,
Wow.
Wiki, and in the third eye, eye up to the ground, and it says here, higher self. Use your higher self and sacred intuition to know that we are there, and you're absolutely clear with us. We're with you. You're with us, and you tap in and tune in anytime that you use your intuition or even your higher self in order to feel
raising
it's raising your vibration.
Raising your vibration. Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely. Have fun with that. I have so much fun with my guides. Well, I will come back and we'll talk about guides sometime, because
there you go.
Fascinating as well. They really are.
They are fascinating.
Guides can be people who have lived a life on planet Earth, so that they truly know what we're going through, and that they can also be great teachers who have never had a life on Earth, but perhaps have been to other planets and other dimensions and have different things that they can share with us.
Right. And the really cool thing is you only have to invite them in. They're there, but if you want them to help, you just say, I'd like you to help me out today. I need you. And I know you're there, because that's their job.
They certainly helped me out this morning. It was dynamite. It was exactly what
you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instant manifestation, isn't that? And right now, I just want to say this before we leave. We are in that 8-8, this Lion's portal, which is instant manifestation. So if you want something, be careful what you're thinking about and what you want.
That's right.
Because you don't want something bad, I don't want.
What are you looking at? One of the things that Esther Hicks talked about today, and I don't know, okay, they're telling me to bring it up. Talked about Jesus. And she said, when Jesus healed people, he did not see their illness. He did not see their sickness. He did not see it, which immediately brought something to my mind. I'm a huge Westworld fan. I don't know if anybody out there.
Yes,
my gosh. And what came into my head immediately was, that doesn't look like anything to me. Remember that in the beginning of the show? What's this? That doesn't look like anything to me. Yeah. And I'm like, that's the ticket.
Where are you putting your focus? That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff.
Thank you. And thanks to everybody who came by. Thank you, Terry. I had a wonderful time. And yes, you'll be back again. And I'll be over there on your channel.
Yes.
I would love to do that too.
Let's do it. I would absolutely love to have you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Take care, everybody.
Big love, everybody.
Don't forget to go over and sign up for Terry's channel. That's wonderful.
And
Thank you.
And subscribe to Annie,
like and subscribe.
Aley.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.